believe it or not, everybody think out that the defensive backs is going to be the weakest link this year. Why? I have no idea. Maybe because Nick's gone, and we lost two more guys. So what did you get a chance to see in the spring with the guys that you are with, and how do you think as a whole you guys are looking right now?
I don't think there'll be no drop off at all. I think a lot of people, you look at the names, and obviously it's hard to replace a guy like Nick and O'Donnell, who played here also. So, those guys are going to be really hard to replace. But, I mean, you got to look at the talent in that room. And then you got to think our coach, Torrian Gray, he's going to do a great job. Puts out a new defensive back in the NFL almost every year. So there won't be no drop off. And I'm sure that those guys in the room, I don't think we pay too much attention to the noise out there or people saying the weakest link and things like that, because, there's so much things that we know we got to work on. And, but, we'll never know if that's true or not till Saturday. So I guess we got to wait and see.
Yeah. And that's a big thing. You wait to Saturdays. Every year is always a so-called weakest link. Yeah. But, you go do the work and you go challenge each other all summer. You watch the film, much as film as you do, and challenge each other to watch film and get and build that team camaraderie with each other. You don't have any issues because we all know what Coach Gray's able to do.
Exactly.
And we all know his track record of defensive backs. Yeah. So having your talent come in and we speak about your little brother coming in, and you got guys that's still there that's helping you find the Gamecock way. What has been the biggest challenge so far for you making the transition?
I'd say probably the biggest challenge. That's a good question. I probably have to say getting used to the way people are, because there's a different kind of people. The biggest challenge for me was coming out of my shell, because I was at NC State where I proved myself like this. And I'm coming to an environment where guys don't know me yet, and so I'm kind of quiet from where I was at NC State, where I was just really always talking to everybody, getting to know everybody. But now I'm kind of getting like that now, where I can talk to everybody and come out of my shell. But I feel like everybody kind of has a respect for yourself once you prove to them that you can play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always see a guy on tape, how good is this guy in real life? Like, you want to see him live do it. So I think once people, got to be able to see how I practice and see the way I carry myself and how I try to treat the day, like treat the game and the day, each day like a pro. And I think once they saw that, I think that's kind of how the respect comes, natural respect, and just kind of try to treat my teammates the same way. I always want the best for those guys. I'm never talking down on anybody or anything like that. I always want, if they got a question for me, they can always ask me that. And I just being thorough and open with them, and just trying to do anything I can to prove myself to those guys, because I'm for them too.
Yeah, and I love what you just said about helping your teammates during the time. Times have totally changed in college football. Yeah. When I played, it was more guys being a little bit selfish. I know they're probably watching and say like, "What's Seville talking about?" I wouldn't care. But you watch how the football has transitioned now to where guys coming in, this guy's getting this guy's getting that, and you would think that they would look at their teammates and just be like I don't really mess with him like that. But it's totally different because everybody's coming together now and everybody's helping each other, because you want to see each one of you get to the top.
Exactly.
And football hasn't always been like that, but that's what it's becoming.
Exactly.
And I hope that in the defensive back room, you guys are like that. Like, I'm not worried about what he's getting, his paycheck, none of that, whatever it is.
None of that matters.
It's funny to say paycheck about talking about college football, but that's where we at. Yeah. But as long as that is your mentality to keep helping the guys that's in the room, it definitely is gonna boost you guys up on the field.
Exactly.
I want to do something new with you. You're the first player that I'm able to interview here on As I Sip My Coffee. Yeah. I want to call this the 2-minute warning. Yeah. So the rules to the 2-minute warning is going to be, we're going to ask a couple of questions, and when we ask these questions, we just want him to fire off with the answers. He don't get a chance to think about it. He just got to answer the questions quick. So, first question, who's your favorite cornerback of all time?
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore. Who's your favorite NFL team?
Steelers.
Who's your favorite college team?
Sacramento.
What's your favorite coverage in the secondary?
Cover one.
Which quarterback are you ready to play this year?
Garrett Nussmeier.
Which team are you ready to play this year?
All of them.
All of them. Okay. All right. So this is the biggest one. Coming onto campus right now, what player have you been able to create the biggest relationship with?
Judge Collar.
Okay, there you go.